Hello everybody, it is yet another day, and, well, where did we leave off yesterday? I believe we left off taking down this wall. So, I guess we'll start there. So the wall is gone, but I have added a very nice hole to the ceiling in the process of taking it down. But that's okay, I'll patch it up. Got rid of all the foam around all these wires that they put between the boards and the main support beam here. And well, you can just kind of tell where it was because they put the plaster on the ceiling like that. But yeah, so that's where it used to be. I'm interested in taking this piece off just to see where the wire goes. I know it goes to the light outside, and then there's an outlet down below. To add a switch to the light would be nice. So, well, that's another project for another time, because I got a million other things on my mind that I'd like to do. One of them was not doing this wall yesterday, but I did it anyway. And I'm really happy with it, because it definitely gave a lot more space and room. So, now that there's actually a big amount of space, it feels much nicer in here. I like it. So, well, what has changed otherwise? Let's see. So, I put up this SMC over here because it's the only place it'll fit. The garage door comes to like right here once it's up all the way. So, at least there'll be some type of a fan over here. It's not up all the way, it's just temporarily there, so it's not on the floor. So, that's where that is at the moment. Like I said previously, this is going to be replaced. I have the box and everything for it. And I'll be expanding that outlet over to here so that there's an outlet for lights and stuff that will be put over here in this fan, for example. So they're all on that main switch by the electrical panel. I took down this hanging bulb that was here, and it's power strip. Obviously this is for the light out here, and this is for the light in the little hallway. So to get a light on this side, because the original light is in there, I'm going to run a wire from this box, because these are the extra wires, or it has the fourth wire for a two-way switch. I think that's what they did. I don't know. It's wired kind of funny, and I think they did it for a reason, and I don't remember. Yeah, I think there's only one switch, but for whatever reason they used a three-way, the wire that has the extra red in it, so you can have two switches to go to the other socket. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I do believe, or actually, maybe they did that because this is the line to feed everything, and then they have to get it to the switch all the way over there, and then it has to come back again to turn the light on. That might be it. Either way, I'm going to have a wire come out of there and then run over to a socket I'm going to put here on the beam or on the board there. Probably just go on the beam. And then there'll be a light on this side and not just one over there when you come into the room. Of course, the whole idea is to just have those, and then once you come in here, you can actually come over and turn on the main light switch for everything else. But yeah, so that's that. In this room, I started and then stopped putting up another ceiling fan. So that's this. I drilled a hole in its plate to get the wire out so that it can be plugged into the outlet that'll eventually go right here. And that goes down to here. I got some of the parts here. I had to go pick up some others. But I have everything now, so there'll be an outlet and a switch here, and then the switch will control an outlet up here for the lights and fan, for example, because here's the original socket for the garage that's controlled by the light switch out there. So yeah, so those are the projects at the moment. Yeah, so I'm just gonna work on some things out here and we'll see what we end up with. Okay, I don't remember what the last clip was, but it is the end of the day. It's probably 6, 7 something. But a lot has gotten done. I'm incredibly hot. It's June 20th, and as you may know, the West Coast has been very hot. But up here in Seattle, it's a little more tame than 100 and something degrees like in the southern states. I think today it's like low 80 something. But it gets hot in the garage, and we got ceiling fans for that. But it's still hot here. Anyway, yeah, so let's see. Where shall I start? Well, we obviously have a brighter light shining at my face here. I decided to put that old giant LED bulb that was over there in this thing because it'll be good at night when you come in. You know, the garage door turns on. At least it's nice and bright to find your way. Of course, still have the little night lights with the little Great Value brand LED bulbs in them. So those are good. But I guess you're seeing one of the first things here. I replaced the plastic box with a nice metal one and redid the wiring a little bit here. I noticed I did not tighten that clamp, so I need to do that. Some of the clamps for the wires are not in all the way yet either, just in case I add something. I didn't want them tight until I was absolutely sure with what I was doing. So I have tidied up all of the wiring. All the wires that were here have all been moved over here so that they're not in the way when bringing items up or down, except for, you know, this wire for this light. But other than that, they're all following each other here. I moved the telephone lines from this hole over to here so they can come down and go outside easier that way than going all over the place. So the wires are much more organized. Of course, we have our main fluorescent light here. It's not on a switch, so at least there's something. You can turn on the switch over there, you get something for a light. And of course, in the center of the room, once we get it to focus again, wow, I guess it focuses really good on the dust on the camera. It's incredibly dusty. Let me see here. That didn't help anything. Okay. Okay, so we're not whatever it was doing anymore. Of course, we have the heat fan in the middle here. I did balance it ever so slightly. It still is a little bit wobbly, but not as bad as it was before. Just have that on its own little deal here for the moment. It's not connected to anything else. It's just connected to a regular outlet so it can run independently. It's a little bit more balanced, but still not, as you can tell. I added a little SMC over here. It's on low at the moment. And of course it's plugged into the system. That's the whole idea. So very nice. The end result is I'd like to have a bench over here. There's nice outlets and everything for that, so it'll be a perfect spot. You can turn on the fluorescent light so we have something for light over here at the moment. But yeah, in the future I'd like the workbench to be back here. I think that would be perfect, and then when you're working you can have a fan above your head, you know, so you're not getting too overly hot. This fixture right here is just an LED thing that came out of the shed. I don't know if I've ever shared that, but yeah, that came out of the shed. It has been replaced by another Emerson heat fan. I think it's Emerson Loft. It looks like a heat fan, just has a different size down rod and canopy, to the best of my knowledge anyway. But yeah, so that I don't know if I'll put it anywhere. It's LED, so it's not that exciting, but it is incredibly bright. So I did want to just get rid of it, but maybe we'll keep it. Maybe it'll be useful somewhere. This thing still needs to get cleaned up. I want to put that in the kitchen once it's refurbished. Need space to do that, so we'll see. Got our shelf. That has been fantastic. Moving our way over, of course we don't have that wall anymore. That is awesome because I was tired of it, and it gives a little more room for when you have vehicles in here. So we have a whole bunch of 2x4s now, which is also great because I can use these to create the workbench over there. So we'll use that, and then this chipboard for the time being until I can obtain, a better working surface than this. But for the time being, while everything's so expensive with lumber, we'll use what we got. So this nice board here will do the job. Just got to get to that project. This weekend was a lot of electrical, as you can tell. There is, extra slack and things there. I tried to keep it over here because I can't really modify the wires that go into the wall, but I wanted to try to keep all that mess over here with all the other mess. The little protective cover thing's fallen down. I'll have to replace that. Haven't used this thing since the other lights are put up, but it's there because it's not on the ground, and that's a good spot for it. This thing is off. It's usually off now because usually the garage door is open, so there's no reason to have it on because it would just light up the garage door. But I did still want a light over here for when it's closed naturally. So this side of the room, what else happened over here? Well, we obviously got the outlet that I've shared already. And there's some more surprises over here. Well, we have a socket, and I did expand to our last outlet box. So that is a branch off of this one right here. It comes over, and right here, the only thing connected to it at the moment is the little SMC, so that there's some type of fan over here. Obviously, there's no light. I haven't decided what I want to put over here at the moment. However, the big issue was, they had the power strip here so you could turn on a light because there's no light on this side of the room. But now there is. So this is branched off of this socket over here. So I ran a wire, as you can see, the white one, and it follows the other one, comes over, and then we get our socket. So now you don't have to not have a light over here. You can use the switch as it was intended to turn on the light on this side of the room. So you get this light, the light in the room over here, and then the one right there naturally. So we only got the 3 ceiling fans in here at the moment. There'll probably be more as I find them. But my ceiling fan collection is pretty small. It's usually whatever I come across that really piques my interest, unless it's something that I get for free. Then of course I'll take it. So anyway, that is the updates for this side of the workspace. Nothing much over here, as you can see. Tried to clean up just a little bit, put things away. So yeah, that's where that sits. I can have the table here now, that's good. And over here in the weight room, whatever area at the moment, of course this is still attached to the same exact switch as this one, but now, because this wall used to never be here, we at least have a light over here. Anyway, as you can see, there's something new in here. This is a Heritage, I don't know what, but I think that's what the sticker said on it. So yeah, obviously it doesn't have the right cover on it. That don't match. I was given this fan for free, I believe from one of my dad's co-workers a long time ago, and it had a light kit on it, but I didn't like the light kit, so I got rid of it. The light kit did not have the plate to do it. It didn't connect through the little thing in the middle. It was just a whole separate thing that went in there, so I didn't have a plate. I found this cover at the Restore. Of course it doesn't fit, but it fits on the outside. So it's on the outside, and you know what? It does the job. It kind of matches. The fan does its function. It works as a fan. So where does that go? Obviously it is wired up, grounded and all, to yet another outlet over here. As you can see, I used a whole bunch of these little Romex holder things because I just have a bunch of them. Now, I used the metal, whatever, spiral round wire. I forgot the technical name of it already. And there's special connectors for that, metal connectors that'll go over it, or holders rather, and then you screw into either side or just one, depends on the kind that you find. But I've looked for those things for this size, and I can't find it. I find 1/2 inch, and that's too big. But I know that they make them because we have them at work. So, but for the time being, these will work at holding it to the wall for right now. And we do have the switch down here. I debated putting the switch on this side or this side, and both of us couldn't decide on what side would be good, because, you know, if you have a big thing here, you know, and you need a whatever, maybe this wall's in the way. So we decided to put the switch over here. It's an easy switch around. If something, you know, didn't work, I can flip the plate around and move the two back and forth. But for now, we'll leave the outlet over here and the switch here. We'll see how that works out. If it's a problem, we'll change it. But yeah, obviously, there is a switch now, so we can turn on the lights without having to plug them in. So we got the two cheapo fluorescent fixtures with the 32 watt bulbs, or 34 watt rather. And then of course the fan here in the middle, it's off. He usually likes it off. But I wanted to put this up in here, so at least there's something in here. Because it's better than taking up space on my floor. So yeah, it moves a decent amount of air. It never had a down rod, it was always mounted like that. I never received it with one. So it works good, it's up high enough. Hopefully that when he does his exercises and stuff, it's not in the way. Tried to center it in the room the best I could without hitting the light. I wanted to keep it away from that, obviously. But yeah, that's our solution to that. And it may not be pretty, it may not be perfect, but you know what? It gets it done better than before, so I'm definitely happy with that. And obviously you can just turn it all off. That turns off the lights and the fan naturally, so you don't have to turn off the fan separately. I just turned it off to keep it the way that he usually has it. So yeah, that has been the day. That has been this Sunday, organizing the wires, moving these wires through different holes. It has been a long and very hot day in this garage, but the projects are pretty much done. And let's see, a couple things that I'd like to do. Well, obviously source some more fluorescent lights or get them from home or something, you know, so there's more. But you know, that might be a thing over time. Doesn't need to happen right this moment. We got light, and that's what matters right now. I'd like to get another one of these speakers. I do have another one. I was going to put it in the living room, but maybe I'll just bring it down here and mount them over here so they face this way so they're not projecting outside. And I thought about getting the special IKEA brackets so they can be put up and then put in stereo mode, and that would be great. So yeah, that has been this Sunday. This weekend has been organizing and doing all the things that I've been wanting to do out here for a while. And the good thing about it is that it is finally, at least in my mind, complete. So now projects can be moved on to other areas that need to get done, like the faucet that I never did this weekend. Yeah, I'm real happy with it. Of course, we'll just continue on. So I really hope you enjoyed this vlog of the house or whatever these things are. And also please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. And thank you very much for watching.